this vlog will be probably the most realistic to my daily life. I just wake up in the morning, I do my routines, I get ready, I go to work, London, Lithuania. I have an idea and I'm looking at the timer how much time I have if anything goes wrong and I need to fix it. There is no 25-year-old bitches in here, only 35. Not even that, 36 already. I'm excited that I showed you my tea collection. Hello guys, from another vlog that I am filming from Lithuania location. And I feel this time a little bit like, you know, a bit dizzy. It's been a very quick jump back into the schedule after my holidays, and then I got a few days after my period. And we have spoken many times about my ferritin levels and anemia, and I have mentioned to you that I have been struggling with anemia almost all my life. And I noticed that every single time I have my period, if I don't take this serious, how do I eat, or what supplements I take, in what kind of, you know, schedule and timing, my ferritin levels always drop, and after a while I start to feel very, very weak. So back in the days when the first time I experienced a really significant drop of my ferritin levels, it was that my ferritin was 2, only 2. So I don't know, it depends on the lab where you check on, but 2 is like basically you have like 0 reserve on the ferritin levels. And that really affects your energy, your mood, your sleep, your skin looks pale, you just really feel like even if you slept 4 hours, you want to sleep again. So that was my lowest point. And I remember this happened actually not so far ago. It happened like a year ago. And I was like driving to work and I was feeling like I want to cry because I feel exhausted. I was even thinking that maybe this is like a burnout or depression, which is like, for me, this like burnout and depression was like, I showed it that way because I was thinking that this is something that is just in the people's mind. You just have to do more, you just have to find things what you love, you maybe have to work out. I was even like, depression cannot hit a moving target. So but now I understand that depression is a real thing, and I know a lot of people with this nowadays, stress and like this fast lifestyle, all those, you know, like tiny things that irritate us through the day, all these gadgets, it's a real thing and it's going crazy. But in my case, it wasn't that, it was like ferritin levels. So I am a nerd. I always start to read as crazy all the PubMed articles, then I end up in the rabbit holes on Reddit, and I joined a few groups of anemic people, and I got even checked for celiac disease because I was like kind of looking into my gluten relationship. So every single time I was in US, my gluten relationship was very bad, but when I come back to Europe, it's not so bad if I eat it in precaution. But it was a lot of data showing that anemics and celiac, it can be very much related because of the gut health, that then iron cannot absorb, it cannot be taken from the food. So I was looking into that a lot, but then I noticed that the main cause of my ferritin levels drop, it was like after periods, of course, if I don't watch my diet, and of course if I don't take supplements. So when it comes to supplements for iron levels, a lot of people, they just taking them iron supplements random and every single day. So the mistakes I have done, it was basically that I was taking my supplements very random with other supplements, and the biggest blocker for iron absorption most of the time is magnesium. You cannot take them together, and it's a lot of data about that. It's all the dairy products as well, coffee, caffeine, so it's not recommended to do them together. So it used to be that I have like amazing breakfast, spinach, omelette, egg omelette, and then I finish that with a coffee with lots of milk. So it can really like already kill the absorption of your iron. And I was like, I'm eating pretty healthy, why the hell my iron is just keep on dropping? And I started to push the coffee away at least for a few hours if I'm taking a breakfast. And that's the hardest thing, because it was just like such a routine thing. You have breakfast, you have coffee, that's it, you know. Or I was like taking my supplements in the morning because it used to be the best timing to do so. So right now, for me, what works the best, I take my iron supplements before the night, and I do take my iron bisglycinate. I'm gonna show you, I have shown you that before, but the exceptions I do, I basically create a gap. So usually I take my iron, let's say around 8 o'clock, I wait 2 hours, and then around 10 I do my magnesium. Or sometimes I do other way around, that I do at 8 o'clock my magnesium, and then I do, let's say at 10 my iron, and I just go to sleep. So it depends which one I grab first, honestly. No perfect technique, but I don't take them together. I leave the 2 hours gap. On the days when I have my period, I take my iron religiously in the daytime and in the evening twice. And I was reading about that one of the Reddit accounts shared the experience that helped her to don't lose her iron levels during her periods. So the way I take it, I'm gonna show you right now. First of all, I wanna highlight that how important it is to have your iron together with the vitamin C. And vitamin C really helps with the absorption, and I found this brand in UK. It's a high absorption vitamin C. This is just a liquid that you put into your water, into your shake. The brand itself, it's Well actually, and it's an orange twist flavor, so it's not like something like really unbearable to consume. It's quite nice, honestly. And I have it kind of together with my iron at the same time. So I had my breakfast around 2 hours ago. Then I waited a little bit to have a coffee, and right now probably hour and a half passed already, and I'm gonna take my daytime iron together with the vitamin C. During those period days, I feel weak, I feel sleepy, and honestly, I have tried a Mindy Peltz method that a friend of mine recommended me. I read her book that basically the menstruation pace would be your power pace, when you can definitely push your body and you can do heavier workouts, you can change your diet and stuff like that. And honestly, I tried it for 3 months and it didn't work. So that's why I always say there is no one formula that one fits all. And I just take my menstruation days a little bit easier, at least for first 2 days, because I can feel how it affects me. I am anemic, and I need to understand that my body asks for a little extra help, a little extra nap, being a little bit more rested on those days. I'm trying to work my schedule around my cycle dates. Oura Ring helps, because if you have a regular cycle, you can definitely mark those days when it's probably gonna be those first 2 days when you probably, as I do, suffer the most, and make your schedule around. If you are working for yourself, or if you have some meetings that you probably don't want to end up on those dates. So I try to do that. Sometimes it kind of matches. Sometimes 1-2 days can be like on and off, but this time it matched perfectly. So on purpose, I came back from London, and usually I just have for myself 1 day and go back to work. This time I had 2 days, and because these 2 days is my most difficult days, when I want to, let my body recover and start my week gentle. And that happened because I planned my cycle with Oura Ring, and this is how I plan my days at the clinical practice. So right now I'm taking my iron bisglycinate from Thorne, which is like many times shown brand to you guys, and a lot of people are speaking about this online, and a lot of recommendations that I got in person from the people who come to my office. And vitamin C, just simple as that. And don't drink coffee with milk on top of it, because then the whole point is gone. If you're interested, what I'm wearing is such a like cozy kind of lounge wear for home. I just got it in London recently. It is from White Company, and this is so soft. I cannot explain you how soft is that. I cannot find the label, but I think it's organic cotton, because it's just, yes, it's 95 organic cotton mixed with elastane. So I'm wearing a size small. It's a little bit like, you know, oversized, and on the days when you have those menstrual cramps, you don't want to, you know, feel tight. Myself, I just usually wear my husband's shirt, but this is just so soft. And let me show you another hack, because yesterday, I think it's related to the flight and the cabin pressure, because I flew back and then I had the most horrible pain in my belly, and I was like feeling, is this the menstruation already happening, or is it just because I'm bloated from the flight, or what is it? And I took ibuprofen. Usually I wait a little bit, I drink more water, I try to relax, I not always just grab medication, but it didn't, even ibuprofen didn't help. So I will show you what did I do. It's such an old school thing. I don't know, do you do that? Tell me in the comments. Or if you are the one that always suffers from pain, let me know if this trick helped you in the future. So this is the thing from Amazon. This is just a silicone water bottle that you just put hot water, like almost like a boiling water, maybe not boiling, but pretty hot. And you just apply on your lower abdomen, because it has this fur, so there is no way of burning yourself. And of course you have to just make sure that you really just adjust and close it fully. I think it's such an old school thing. I remember when I was like a kid and my mom used to apply it on my feet when I was like sick and laying in bed, or if I had any muscle pain. So how does it work? So basically what happens is, when your body is getting ready for menstruation cycle, your uterus muscles start to contract and release all. And basically this is why you start to get those menstrual cycle cramps. And because it's like a muscle, the uterus lining muscles, basically when you apply a comforting heat pad, or like in this case like a heat bottle, it really relaxes. And there is a lot of data how does this method even helps way more than the over-counter medication. So I have been trying this for the past few menstruation cycles, and honestly, for that first day when you have just those cramps and you're just laying in bed and you just feel like a walking dead person, it really helps. So I always recommend, you know, people to start from something, you know, little first, instead of going for a pill. Definitely ibuprofen was still needed, but this helped a lot. And this is my plan for today. Probably I'm gonna make myself another heated like compress. I'm gonna lay in bed, read something. I got myself a new course about microneedling, so I am excited to watch that. And today I just gonna let myself be. You know, there is one of those days when I just want to let myself be. I didn't push myself with any workouts, no Pilates, anything. And you know, like, guys, coming back to that method of like Dr. Mindy Pelz, that she's like on a lot of podcasts right now, speaking of, you know, that your mental, like your menstruation day is like a perfect day to push. It's not that there is one method that fits all. And I always say that you have to listen to your body, and you always have to find your way. If during your menstrual cycle you feel amazing and you feel like you can do things, it is amazing. But if you feel that you need those days for yourself, try to don't feel any guilt and just plan your schedule around the way you feel and just do it. And I am living like that for the past 2 months because it matched the way I planned, and I hope I'm gonna keep continue that because I feel like, I don't know, less cortisol is just like attacking my body and saying me, you have to do these things, and nobody cares that you feel that and that way. So I think that first of all, the most important thing is just to find your routine that fits you most. And of course, don't let yourself to feel any guilt. I want to just a little bit lay down and maybe watch something just to kind of detach my mind. And then I might show you later what kind of masks I just ordered from MBR Cosmetics. MBR Cosmetics is the like beyond research German cosmetic brand that is like crazy expensive. But I managed to catch the really great sale online, and I have never tried them sheet masks. So today we're gonna probably open one together. I have a few different ones with the peptides and lifting and after sun mask. So it was a great deal because usually a single mask of them cost like around 50 pounds, and I just got a deal for like 20 or something. So I will show you later. By the way, guys, just a question. Do you ever saw anybody sleeping with so many pillows? So when you're asking me, how do I sleep on my back? These two are just for decoration, so they're gonna be off. But this is my 4 pillows. This is my husband's 4 pillows. He might share one pillow with a dog, or sometimes I do. But basically, this is how I sleep. I usually put this away. And what do? I always have these 2 pillows. And sometimes I want in between. So this is how I don't sleep on my side. And this is for me like really, really needed. Sometimes if I'm like extra, like not finding a way to fall asleep, which is very, very rare, I go on one side, but I always just sleep with lots of pillows, and I don't find any problem sleeping on my back. And always by my bed, a lot of books that I'm reading. Am I a one crazy person who reads usually a few books at one time? But these 2, this is finished. I'm gonna summarize all the ideas I marked. I was thinking doing it by hand, but I have decided to do it with a ChatGPT probably. I'm just gonna create a project where I'm gonna probably do my business books for life, and then I will tell the ChatGPT the quotes and sentences that I would like to, highlight, and I just gonna create the projects from that. I was like, this technology makes the things go like faster, so I think it's still gonna be beneficial because I'm gonna have it all summarized for me. And the same I'm gonna do with this book. It's not finished yet. I'm around 138 page. Oh, I love this book. I love all the books, guys. Every single time I take a new book, I just feel like, oh my God. Gemini cannot stop learning. We have to be forever learning. Otherwise, our soul is dying. And I am completely agreeing on these words because every single time I learn something, my eyes just like, open wide, and I feel like so alive. And every single time I get to, like a very basic routines that I kind of like doing the thing that I know for years, nothing new is happening, I'm not learning anything new, I feel like I'm slowly dying. I don't know how to explain that. But if you Gemini, try this, learning new skill, no matter what. Dancing, new sports, new book, new program to find a way how to use it, and check and just look how it affects the way you feel, because I feel like so alive every single time I learn something. So I am making myself a cup of tea, and I'm going to rest my body a little bit because my body deserves it. I'm supposed to go to sleep, as I said, but little delivery came out, and right now I cannot open this box alone without you. Basically, you wouldn't believe, you would probably know that I do weird things. I have ordered myself a package of tea from Paris because my friend who just trying to constantly destroy my life and introduce me into the things that it's not so easy to get because they all in Paris, introduced me into this tea. And she made me this tea, I think, first time like 2 or 3 years ago when I was visiting her in Paris, and we were having this tea, and I was like, oh my god, what is this tea? And she showed me the tea brand. And then when I had my first Hermes appointment, I remember when I went to Hermes, and usually they sit you down, they ask what you would like to see, and then they offer you tea or coffee, and I asked for tea, and they came back with the same brand of tea, and I was like, oh my god, it must be such a luxurious tea that even at Hermes they just serving that. And tea is amazing, and this is one of the oldest French brands for a tea. And I was even reading what is so special about the tea. So this is one of the oldest luxury tea houses in the world. The company traces the tree itself trading roots back to 17th century, and the modern tea house was founded in Paris in 1854, and they have exceptional tea sourcing around the world like China, Japan, India, Sri Lanka, and Taiwan, and they have like a very signature blends. And the most famous tea is Marco Polo, which is a black tea infused with a fruity and floral notes. And the brand itself, with those French names, I'm so scared because I know my friend is watching and she's like always, she's always telling me how to spell those names. But you know, like you cannot tell if you're not living in France and you don't speak French. Like those names are difficult. So it's Mariage Frères. I don't know, Veronica, fix me. You love to do that. So she will do that. But basically, I got myself a Marco Polo, that signature black tea that they are so famous about. Then one of my favorite ones is the Opera in Love, and this is as well a black tea with a very nice vanilla notes. Even if I'm not like a fan of vanilla, but this one is just exceptional. Then I got something new, which is Garden Party. I have never tried this one, and I think this is, what kind of tea is that? This is a very fruity, and it doesn't have any black or green tea because I wanted something for the evening. So it's like a rose notes, and yeah, okay, what is that? It's written in French. Roses, fruits, tea, aroma, okay, whatever. Thank you, French people. You are, as always, so mean to us. We love your stuff, and you never ever tell us anything, a single word in English. But this is probably why we're so obsessed of you. Okay, a second one that I got, this is a French fruit tea, and this is as well, we don't know what it is because it's all in French. We're gonna find out when we're gonna drink. I love French people. They don't give a single shit of speaking English. This is ingredients is hibiscus, macadamia, aroma, fruits, content des fruits, pomme, eglantier. I don't know, whatever. We will find out. And the second one, last one, is a blue tea with a Damascus rose and a blue flowers. Usually I love these. I usually get them in a packages like that, and be like very easy. And every single time my sister or my friend comes to my house, we just have a tea, you know. And you know, when I discovered these like luxury good teas, because they just smell good, it just feels so luxurious to have them. And like I spent like a lot of years in England, and I still do, like, and England is just, it's everything about tea. Afternoon tea, it's like, I don't know, it's like just such a tradition, and we just do it every single day. So I think this is where I discovered the taste for tea. And guys, when I discovered all these luxurious teas and stuff like that, I don't even have an idea in the evening to open a bottle of wine and, like, let's say have a glass of wine and then kill my next morning, because I make myself a tea and I still have a ritual. It still feels something special, and it just feels something, you know, like holding a beautiful cup and stuff like that. And I think you just need to create like a nice routines. In UK, I usually love to get my teas from Fortune Maison. I think Fortune Maison house. This is one of my as well favorite tea spots. Yeah, and this is from Fortune Maison. And I love British Earl Grey and English breakfast. I just love black tea, and I prefer it sometimes even with a splash of milk. But now I'm so excited because these teas was already gone in my house, because everybody who comes, I just welcome with a cup of tea. And I want to check the smell of this. Smells amazing. Smells amazing. All we need right now just to go to the farmer's market and just to get a fresh good honey. Okay, I'm trying to think right now what tea I want to start first with. Smells like rose, smells like blue flowers, and the blue tea has that milky texture. There is one that I really love, but I didn't got it this time. It's a French milky blue. It's another one that I really like. So I'm gonna try to list at least some of my favorite teas, but you have to definitely find yourself what you like the most. I am not a big fan of the green tea. I like white tea. I adore black tea. Black tea is my favorite. I love milky blues and I love fruity teas. So, but in the evening I have to be careful with the black tea, because otherwise I cannot sleep. So, okay guys, I'm excited that I showed you my tea collection. I don't know how the hell this is keep on getting fuller and fuller. Does it look honestly a lot for you? Because for me it looks alright. That's my tanning stuff. This is my traveling, like where I put my things. Body moisturizers, the stuff that I don't use every single day. My perfume. Where is this from? Oh, that's my birthday champagne. That was a very special bottle, so I decided to keep this thing. Sentimental, I guess. This is my Medicube gel that I use together with my Medicube device. This is random, this is hair, and this is a lot of sheet masks that they don't belong in the fridge, so we're gonna use one of them. In this setup, my forehead looks shiny as hell. I want to show you one little thing. I don't know that I showed you before, I don't remember, but this is a product that I have been using probably since I was like 18 years old. This is a very simple exfoliating gel slash cleanser. It wouldn't remove your makeup, but it would remove gently that dead skin that you might feel that is blocking that glow. So this is a pharmaceutical brand that I just got from like a regular farmer, and it's called Avene. If you know, this is a French brand that has been for ages. I don't know how many years they have this product, but I do remember even me and my classmates used to use it. So it's like a very gentle face scrub with a very small micro exfoliation granules that are gently exfoliating your skin. So you put a little bit of water, it just smells, I don't know, for my taste it just smells divine. And I don't remove makeup with this, but let's say I wash my skin with a regular cleanser, or if let's say today I didn't have anything on my skin, so I just like a little bit gently exfoliate my skin, so you will never get too much exfoliation from this one because it's like a physical exfoliation. I know that a lot of brands right now are not recommending to use physical exfoliation gels because they can be quite harsh on your skin, but not this one. So I feel that's why I glow so much. I am wearing another set of White Company, and that's just a simple pajamas that I love about White Company, because the pajamas itself, they are so soft. They kind of sheer, and the fabric, it just, you know, when you like move in the bed and you just like feel so comfortable. There's so many beautiful pajamas out there in the market, but some of them, silk pajamas, I find that if I move in a certain direction, they just isolate me while I sleep. With this one, I feel great. Not gonna lie, after a few washes or wears, it becomes a little bit loose and it loses that beautiful shape. And at one point you feel that you want to find a new one, and I usually change them every year. Usually they last about a year. Depends on probably the fabric. The more elastane in it, the shorter it lasts, because it just starts to stretch as crazy. Back in the days, it was my tradition every single year to gift my family ladies a cute pajamas, and then they told me, oh my god, this is the best pajamas that I ever had, the best quality, no bubbles if you wash, if you put in a drying machine. And every single year they wait for me to give them pajamas. So this is my secret from White Company. I feel like nobody really knows White Company enough. Maybe if you live in UK, you know, but the rest of the world, they don't know White Company London. Probably they do the marketing mainly in UK, but like if you're looking for a cute bedding, if you look for pajamas, loungewear, like a simple basic tank tops, if you're looking for a cute cashmere sweaters, linen sets, I got myself one I need to show you other day. And if you're looking even for a baby gifting, which I always do, like all the babies who was born in my radiator, I always gift them with a White Company baby stuff, because this is just the softest fabric ever and it's super cute. Okay, what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna apply a face mask. I feel like I'm treating myself tonight. All day I'm treating myself, honestly. Guys, today I let myself rest. I didn't do much. I don't even want to think what I didn't do, because there are so many things that I didn't, but I don't care. And right now I just want to speak with you about girly stuff, about beauty, and about the recent purchase that I got for myself. This is MBR Cosmetic masks. As you know me, I am obsessed. I am a mask queen, and nobody ever will take this title out of me, because when the world was still applying a mold and just a mixed stuff on them faces, I already discovered a sheet mask, and I was like hunting them around the different stores because they were not popular at the time. I think the first time I started to use a sheet mask, it was like about 15 years ago. It was one brand that right now I don't remember, and other day I still saw that brand. I tried to put it on and it just burned my face. If I remember that name, I will tell you. But when it comes to masks, please listen to me, because I did it when nobody did it before. And today I'm showing you my MBR Cosmetics masks that I will definitely read about, because I don't know all of them, because this is me as well, first time trying them with you. You saw my fancy MBR Cosmetic under eye cream. This one is the crazy expensive one that I was like ashamed to tell you the price. I'm using this one in the morning. And then this is another cream from the same brand as well for under eyes. This is a Citoline Eye Care Cream 100. This is a cheaper one. I used this one already for a year. It got empty and I decided to try something new, so that's why I got the Best Eye, because apparently this is like injection in a bottle. So like I'm using it only for 2 weeks. I cannot tell you much, but I will tell you later, is it worth it to be so crazy and buy this. This one is much cheaper. It's around 200 something, but I found the sale online and I got this for 146 and I was like, oh my god, I'm buying this cream, because this tube gonna last you for all year, because you don't need to apply a lot. They very much concentrated, and if you have super dry under eyes, this Citoline cream, amazing. I swear by this. This is so good. Best Eye, I don't know, like, because I just love this one so much that for me it's difficult to imagine why this one costs like 3 times more and this one is bigger and it costs 3 times less, and it's amazing. So you just have to try and find your way, what you like. So when it comes to MBR Cosmetics, this is all I use, creams and that cleansing booster that probably I have shown you like other day. And when it comes to liquid masks, it's not like a liquid mask, but it's like masks. They call it liquid mask. I'm gonna read about each of them because this is me as well, first time trying the brand mask, and we're gonna select together which one gonna be the best for tonight. First of all, what's so special about MBR Cosmetics? So it stands for Medical Beauty Research. I knew that already. So basically this brand stands with a very scientific board of dermatologists and physicians, and they are not investing much into the marketing. If you would look, how does this, let's say, mask look? It doesn't look like, you know, something fancy or beautiful at your shelf, instead of like, you know, some other brands that they would like, you know, really make it looking trendy by these days, you know, and stuff like that. I love a good packaging. I love it. It's beautiful always to have like a nice packaging in your, you know, shelves. But if I would have to select a good packaging or a good product, what would you do, guys? What would you do? I would always select a great product. So the philosophy is to create a skincare with a very high concentrated and active ingredients while maintaining skin tolerance and following pharmaceutical style development principles. They often describe themselves as operating at the border between cosmetic and medicine. So what makes them different from other luxury brands? They are very treatment focused rather than marketing focused, a huge emphasis on barrier repair and anti-aging, and often used in the high-end spas and the medical aesthetic clinics. Extremely expensive because of the complex of formulation and relative small production volumes. Their products tend to be designed for mature, compromised, post-procedure or demanding skin rather than 25-year-old influencer. I like that already. There is no 25-year-old bitches in here, only 35. Not even that, 36 already. We have 5 masks, and one of them are after sun liquid mask, so we saving that for later. And I was like reading, oh, it's an after sun mask. No, it's like when you burn your face and when you feel like you need that first aid on your skin. So it's very high concentrated to calm down your skin from too much sun or too much heat. Then a sensitive liquid mask, which I was reading that at the moment probably is the best for me because I'm after flight, I'm on my menstrual cycle, I feel like a little bit sensitive, so maybe something like that. Perfect liquid mask. This was considered as an instant glow mask, and that's from that expensive range, the all green. And this one is like a really crazy effect mask that gives you a very nice glow. Let me check the description of this mask. This perfect liquid mask belongs to the higher anti-aging range. It's focusing on smoothing, plumping, and improving skin texture before events. So let's say if I have a wedding tomorrow, I would use that. So we saving this one. Vital Liquid Mask is a hydration and vitality booster. So it's for dehydrated skin, tired, jet-lagged skin, dull complexion. This is as well quite good option for using it today. And a last one is from Citoline Firming Mask. This is probably one of the most excited ones. The Citoline range is MBR anti-aging and firming line. It's improving skin hydration, create temporary plumping. It gives that facial effect before event. So we saving this one as well. So we have to make a decision. After sun, we don't need it. Firming, we're saving. Perfect liquid mask, we are saving. I think I'm gonna apply a sensitive liquid mask. Let's do that. Okay guys, I just read about this mask, about the ingredients. I'm just super excited. So this mask is rated very, very well. It has amazing humectants that brings water into your skin. It has amazing barrier support. It has lactose and milk proteins, and it has a lot of soothing ingredients. So it's just a simple sheet mask. But what is really, really nice about this mask, that there is no fragrances, no perfume, no essential oils, any of those. And the mask itself is just super, super suitable for a dry skin. Do we really think that the shape is making us looking flattering? I don't think so. But we are here not for this. You know, sometimes these sheet masks. Okay. I look not great, but you see, no liquid in it. If I would rate a comfortability of the mask, I would rate it really bad, because this part doesn't stick in, and I don't know where it has to be. So we have to be honest, like it's very old school. That's why some leading brands already, they created like a very nice shape. I feel like I want to rip off this bit, you know, like what I would do. What the hell, I don't see. Yeah, I would just, you know, rip this off, then apply this, not there, on my neck. I would do this, and then the rest would lay down comfortably. You see, I just reinvented the mask. It still doesn't want to lay down perfectly, but maybe it's for a clinical use and the patient's supposed to lie down. It's nice. It does feel very, very gentle. It's definitely not wet. And once I'm gonna try all of those brands, maybe is them thing that they don't focus on like dripping mask, you know, because the ingredients are so strong. But the shapes, I think with technology, you see, with the technology, you can make it already much better, because if people buy expensive mask, they want that mask at least to stay a few minutes on them faces until they sit on the couch and they can enjoy it. Because now with this mask, you cannot do anything. I'm gonna go sit, wait 10-15 minutes, and then see how my skin gonna react. But about this mask, so it's like super good for sensitive skin, and it should feel like a very soothing. But would I buy this mask again? Because of the discomfort, how it's not like easily applied, probably I would look for something else that is easier to apply and then still do something, because now I feel like a mummy, you know. I have to walk like that just to find the seating position and wait until this good stuff gonna sink into my face. So I'm gonna be back in a few minutes, guys. Okay, I have removed the mask. Let me connect the mic. I have the mask. I sit it with this for a good 15 minutes, and it is like a very comforting mask that gives you a lot of like softness, calmness, plumpness, and kind of makes your skin bouncy and firm. I would say I like it. So for a nighttime tonight, we're gonna go simple. We're gonna do our moisturizer from MBR Cosmetics, the one that I just recently got for a night. So right now I will be using one for evening and one for morning. This one is more heavy, so that's why I think it's the best to use it for night, because you gonna have a lot of shine around the under eye area and a lot of, like, I would say greasiness. So using it for a day, maybe it's not the best option, because you can get a little bit too much shine if you're wearing a makeup that day. So moisturizer is on. Then I'm thinking about my new thing that I just spoke on my stories. This is Alias of Skin Peptide with a Growth Factor. I'm testing this product for now, because this is my first time using it, and I'm gonna apply it all over my face and maybe some leftovers on the neck, and see, will this gonna beat my all-time favorite Medicaid liquid peptide, because this one is way more expensive, and we want to find out why. Next product that we're gonna apply is Medicaid hyaluronic acid serum all over the face, neck, and some on decolletage. Tomorrow I'm working, and I'm gonna be wearing makeup from early morning, so I want my skin to be as much dewy and moisturized and relaxed as possible. I love this serum, and these two products, they go together, because remember in the past I have spoke about when I applied Medicaid product with some other brand and it was like instant peeling. So the formulation of both are working very friendly. So under eyes moisturizer on, peptide on, hyaluronic acid on, and we continue the rest with my Noon Lacto 10 cream, which I am absolutely obsessed for now, because it really minimizes my pores, reduces the redness, and works wonders with any product that I do apply. The lactic acid is just amazing, and it does what it says it does. It makes the skin super refreshed. Okay. And my day of self-love and pampering is almost gone. I'm planning to go to the bed, read something, and sleep again. It feels like I slept all day, but this was very much necessary. And tomorrow I am expecting to wake up with extremely beautiful skin. I always put the leftovers on my elbows. I have a client and she comes to me for many years already. She is in her 50s and she said this trick was told to her like years ago by one woman, that any leftovers from the moisturizers you have, apply it on your elbows. And since she told me that, I'm just keep on doing that the same way, you know. and a little bit of the lip balm. That's it. That's my routine for tonight. My skin looks healthy, shiny, hydrated, and I hope I'm gonna wake up tomorrow like I had like a holiday for weeks. Good morning, guys, from my bathroom with an electrolyte drink, and I'm trying to keep myself awake as much as possible. I'm gonna probably take you with me through the routine that what I usually do in the morning when I wake up kind of puffy and I need to get ready to work. So I think I have some issues definitely with my sleep regime for a while, because I always fly between different continents and I never felt like UK is triggering my sleep much until the summer came and those evenings are longer, it's more sun, and sometimes you just feel like you want to sit for longer, and then you see it's 11, 12, 1, and if you're not in bed by that time, for me it's just so hard to function. I feel I'm the person that I just feel the greatest when I go to sleep at 11. But honestly, most of the days when I work, I finish work around 8. So until I get back home, it's almost like 9, you know, until you do all your routines and stuff like that. My biggest goal is to get my sleep back on track. And no matter where I am, still manage to maybe cross 1 hour, but not like I did for the past few weeks. That I usually go to sleep around 2 o'clock, which is like the worst. Like I did that when I was in uni and my body cannot handle that. I don't know how did I get in there, because I was so good for the past few years with my sleep and I was like exhausted in the end. I'm even thinking of finishing work maybe 1 hour earlier, then I can come back home, just relax with all my routines, talk with my husband, and then go to sleep, because otherwise I can see clearly it's not working. But not about that. Let's go through my morning routine and I will show you a little bit around how to just shake that off of me, like, you know, that sleepiness, how to shake that off, and it's gonna be like a literal shake. So we're gonna jump together on my vibrational plate. The program, I just use a manual and I start, and I usually speed my one up to like 30, 35. It's not like a crazy like fast vibrational plate. This one was from Amazon and it's one of the cheapest options. It was like 150 or 130 pounds. My voice is gonna be funny if I'm gonna speak in this video, so understand why. And I can feel like all that, you know, blood circulation starting in my legs. I think this helped me tremendously, first of all, with the legs, well, like with the swollen legs, because if you work on your feet, you just standing, and your feet are killing you in the end of the day. Think about it. I don't want to be pushy with these devices, because a lot of devices that I had in the past, I don't actually use them, and a lot of them are collecting dust. But other day we were speaking in a clinic chat with other doctors, and I was like telling them that I have this plate, and one of the doctors, she just replied, "Oh, this is my evening routine for the past 2 years." And I was like, "And you don't share? And you don't tell?" We're all dying from the really heavy legs in the end of the day, and like, you don't share with us. So it was funny that she had this secret weapon. That's why probably she's so, like, you know, always happy and refreshed. When I stand on my vibrational plate, I do my Medicube device, and I'm using Medicube gels. These gels, they are considered as the creams, but I don't consider them as the creams, because my cream game is much higher than this. So this is for me like, I don't know, cream for children maybe. I think it's like a very not high concentrated active creams, but that's why it's so amazing for using this cream gel for Medicube device to help it slip. So I got a new one as well, because this one is almost running out, and I use this for sliding, gliding my Medicube device all over my face. I don't know, like any of the people who use this cream for like a cream version. It's very gentle. It feels nice, but as I read the packaging, I don't believe that this is like a very strong active changing something. So we're turning on our Medicube device. Many times I told you booster is not my favorite, so I straight go to mode microcurrent, and I got on microcurrent mode level 4, and I just glide to the sides. I think this depuffs my face the fastest, but you kind of need to know the movements. So I usually go from midsection to the side, like pushing that liquid away. But I think the biggest trick for my lymphatic system, what I can feel, when I push that liquid down by the ear, I can feel that it's just removing all the puffiness. So first few motions, about 10, you're going from the midsection towards the ear, like that, even around the eyes where you get the most puffy. And then imagine that all that liquid is sitting there and you have to push it down to the heart, where the lymphatic system gonna take it away and just flush and clean. So I do it for a few minutes. I love it. Honestly, I love it. I try to do Medicube device in the bed. I know a lot of people do that, but in the bed I just feel, you know, in the end greasy, my face, my hair. I love to do it in the bathroom. So if I would ever like design a new house with my husband, we're probably gonna do a separate bathrooms. Or you know those bathrooms in the hotel rooms where they have like a huge 2 stations? Oh my god, that's my dream. I think that's even his dream, because a poor man, he has 1 shelf. He doesn't have where to put his stuff. It's actually, it used to be that one side is my side and one side is his side. He doesn't have a side anymore, honestly, guys. Even in his shell, there is so many stuff that this is like both of our stuff or it's my stuff, you know. It's funny how we do it. I remember the first time when we started to live together, I remember he was having like a toothbrush, a shower gel, and probably a shampoo and a deodorant. That's it. That was his bathroom. I remember I used to, like, when I come here, I was like, wow, it looks so clean and nice. Yes, because he doesn't have anything, like, you know, that OCD level of clean. But now things changed. There is a girl in the house and she's constantly buying something, so it's not like, you know, a mess, but you know, when it's a lot of things on a trail tables, it just feels like, oh my god, it's overwhelming. So I'm trying my best right now. Don't buy a second jar until I don't use it. So the Medicube, I saw that it's gone, almost gone, 1 session left. This is when I allowed myself to buy this new gel. What is new is like this one was with those encapsulated PDRN with the niacinamide and the pink collagen. So it's very like nice for this gliding, but I wanted to try this jelly collagen cream, and it says with a hydrolyzed collagen, so I don't gonna use it as a cream. It says like apply it on the skin and texture as a skincare cream, but no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the same as we're doing right now. We're just gonna be depuffing the face. Yeah, I do a little bit around the eyes. I don't know, microcurrent just for me works the best. On my videos, I have shared multiple times that don't use it around the eyes because it's gonna wear off your Botox. It definitely did last time when I was like very consistent on my Medicube device. My Botox first time in my life didn't last it.
4 minutes past.
Now I just want to really depuff my face, so I went on my forehead. But honestly guys, I kind of skipping the forehead. I do just like a very quick, you know, like that. I just open a little bit my brow tail just to kind of push that liquid away from my molar bags, but I don't play around too much. around my forehead. Honestly, even if I can do my Botox, and for me it's definitely cheaper because I do my own Botox, I don't need to pay anyone. I still don't want to be, you know, injecting myself with Botox so often just because I use Medicube device. So even I recommend to skip. Tell me your experiences with Medicube device. There is so many other functions that I don't even really see the point of using them, but it must be me because I didn't really experience them a lot and I didn't discover them a lot. But this microcurrent is just the best. It just awakes you, you know. My eyes just getting bigger and brighter, and you can feel how the lymphatic system is moving, and it's probably working all together with my vibrational plate. I think we need to do a separate video on on all the gadgets I own. You see, so it's like 10 minutes on a vibrational plate already. Medicube device is done. I'm jumping into the shower. I'm removing all of the gel, then applying all the skincare, and I'm basically ready to apply makeup. And I feel like I did a little workout because the lymphatic system just starts flowing, and you just feel alive. I don't know if you noticed the mood, how I started this video and where I am now. It's just the best. About the cellulite and legs and stuff, I cannot comment much because consistent on this vibrational plate I am only a month, so I do a lot of other things. I do Pilates, I came back to the weight training, so maybe after 3 months of staying consistent, if we do so, I'm gonna share my experience. But I feel great, and I think this is like a little investment to feel great in the morning, and definitely for people who work on their feet all day, best thing ever. Having my coffee and a lot of makeup, and we're gonna chit chat, do my makeup, get ready to work. Then I probably gonna rush as crazy because I will be late as always to leave the house. I feel so great, so depuffed. I don't know, can you tell like that I feel better or I look better? But this vibrational plate, I loved it as a routine in the morning. So right now I don't have any products on my face, but like I am pretty happy with my skin for the past few days. It's quite shiny, bright, and it just feels good. I don't want to, you know, rave about the product without even like, you know, properly using it for a while, but I think this stuff is really good. I use it in the morning and evening. This is Alias of Skin Peptide, 90% lifting peptide, so I can feel that lifting, and it has as well the growth factors, so your skin cell rejuvenates much quicker. I do 3 pumps, so in a day usually it's 6 because I do it morning and evening. So my thoughts are on this peptide, that since it's so expensive, I'm thinking to use it as a nighttime routine only. So probably once I'm back in Space NK, I'm gonna grab myself a Medic8 one for a daytime because I run out of Medic8, and then I'm gonna use Medic8 under my makeup like today, what I'm doing now, and this one I'm gonna use strictly as a skincare regimen that I only use in the evenings, and see how far I can get with that and how I can at the same time save this product, because it's quite expensive, and I don't know, like applying it twice a day, it's a lot, but we'll see. Under eye moisturizer, the same as I used for the past few videos. So I'm applying a peptide and under eye moisturizer and let it all sink in. Apply a little bit of a dewy cream and then SPF. Sun is not out, sun is missing, and summer is missing in Lithuania. We don't have like, you know, a crazy ass summers for the past few years. And every single summer, when it comes to summer, we are expecting for like the best summer of our lives. I'm applying Tatcha Dewy Moisturizer on my skin. I love this cream for applying makeup. I don't believe that Tatcha is like, you know, the moisturizer that is gonna change your skin. But for people who have apparently good skin, like we don't have nothing really to change, or like they have like a slightly dryness, Tatcha moisturizer, it just feels so comforting, and it just, anything lays best on Tatcha moisturizer. I love it. I wish that this moisturizer would have SPF, so then I don't have to think of applying a layer of SPF. But with the moisturizers, it's tricky, because if they put SPF in the moisturizer, if they put SPF in the foundation, usually it's so little that you cannot trust it. So we are almost finished with my ultraviolet SPF 50. This is as well amazing product if you have a dry skin. I'm applying quite a lot because I'm using this not only as a sun protection, but I use it as a moisturizer as well. So I just apply another layer of dewy product. We're not gonna be in detail in this makeup, like in a crazy every little bit, but I'm just gonna show you my work makeup, because I think when I'm at work, I get most of my compliments that my makeup and my skin is beautiful. So maybe there is a secret in preparation, how I do prepare my skin. So lymphatic drainage, number one, because then you just feel like that word that we all hate, snatch, you know, I feel snatched now. So we put all of the skincare. And now where is the trick to look that glowy lady that you compliment me at work, is that I love to mix my foundation with something that has shimmer. So I think that gives me a lot of like youthful glow. Star Glow Super Glowy Gel. So the color name is Star Glow. We're gonna link that in our links. It's almost finished. This is, I think, a travel size. I need to get the full size. So I take a Star Glow from this brand Say, and then I mix it with a foundation that I use on that day. So in this case, we will be using Shiseido Synchro Skin Glow. I just mix it with my finger, let the products just become besties, and then I just apply it on my skin. And then I'm gonna probably use it any of my brushes to blend it out. Let's say Greta Lion this time. This is not my favorite brush for a foundation application. There is a kabuki brush from Greta Lion, but I absolutely adore, and that is the fastest way to apply your foundation. But since I'm sitting so comfortably and I don't want to leave this position, I'm gonna use this one. But with this one, it's nothing bad about this brush, but with this one you have to take more time. And you know, I think one day I want to do a video of how different brushes affect the application of your makeup, because you can apply with a brush like that is more like a blending brush. You can apply it with a more like a flat brush, and this gives like a more coverage. So if you want something like to cover like anything, I got this in South Korea. Honestly guys, the next time I'm going to South Korea, I'm gonna make myself such a long list what I'm buying. And there is a place where you go and they make you handmade brushes. I am thinking, is it in South Korea as well, or is it in Japan only? So that is on my list definitely. About the South Korea, I'm dying to go, but the summertime is usually the worst time to go. I just like made a call the other day with my friends in Korea, and I told them my plans that I would love to come again, and they were like, please, not in summer, you're gonna be dying, because last time when I was in September, it was awful. It was too hot. Like, we Europeans are not used to for that hot season in a big city, you know. It's nice when it's hot and you by the beach with your, I don't know, iced tea, iced latte, or even Aperol Spritz. You prefer whatever you prefer. I can take everything. But honestly guys, I think these big cities, once they got super hot, it's not easy to handle. Even last year, remember, it was like 35 degrees in London, And I was working with that weekend. Thanks God I have an aircon, but everybody's so moody, everybody's so tired, you know, and it's not easy to handle that, you know, it's not like the easy weather conditions. So I know a lot of Lithuanians are like, you know, oh my God, Lithuania is such a shit weather. Oh my God, guys, enjoy. You can go walk to the park. You can enjoy, like, you know, sports, activities. If it would be above 30, everybody is just like zero energy. So people want that heat, but once the heat comes, they cannot handle that. You know what I mean? Like, I am like, for me, the best temperature in the world is like 25, no more than that. 25 is more than enough. A little bit like blended my makeup with this View blending sponge. It blended all, you know, the imperfections. Right now I'm moving to concealer. Concealer options, I have always many. For many videos I always used Cosy concealer, but since I'm using today Shiseido Skin Glow foundation, because I'm so used to say Synchro Skin Glow, because that used to be my favorite, which is the concealer right now. I still have some leftovers from Synchro Skin Glow, so I'm gonna be applying Shiseido concealer. Shiseido is a cosmetic brand from Tokyo, Japan, and I am very surprised why they are not the most popular makeup products in Europe, because a lot of European skin is like dry skin owners. Like, a lot of my clients own the dry skin. I think I have way more dry skin than the oily skin clients. So this is an absolute gold for a dry skin. But maybe they don't focus on European markets that much, because I just see, you know, celebrity brands keep popping out on our feeds, but this is like a brand that it's been there for ages, years and years and years, and this is amazing for dry skin. And I cannot hear a lot beauty influencers speaking of this product. I think the only one that speaks about this product a lot is Andrea Lee, and this is how I find out my products. Honestly, guys, I always like love to give a shout out to other creators, and I can tell that I have been a fan for Andrea Lee for years. What really catch me on, because me and Andrea, we have a very similar face features, at least I think we do. I don't know how she feels like, but I feel like she's my sister from another mister. If you like looking for like learning makeup, the best way probably gonna be just to book yourself a lesson, private makeup lesson, and just to kind of understand your face features, which I did as well with Emilia. She is like the most famous makeup artist in Lithuania. She's just beyond amazing, and she does a private lessons. So if you would like to learn your makeup as a pro, definitely I would highly recommend her. But if you're not a follower from Lithuania or London, where in London we have Ausra, but Ausra, I think she does only the bridal makeup. I'm not sure does she do a private lessons. I need to double check. But if you're looking for makeup for a special occasion, or next year you're becoming a bride, or you're becoming a guest of the bride, like, tell me and I will give you a links where to book your makeup, because there's very difficult, you know, to find a great makeup artist that really create that, you know, effortless look that you look like you have no makeup, you know. So coming back to the lessons, YouTubers and makeup artists, Emilia, also in London. Then thinking of YouTube, I highly recommend for you to find a girl that kind of looks in a similar undertone hair, similar skin undertone, that she has like kind of a similar taste as yours, and then you just kind of try to copy a few of her videos and see how it goes, because this is how I did with Andrea. And then I noticed that a lot of stuff, a lot of makeup looks that she's doing is definitely looking good on me. I did plenty of concealer just to kind of, you know, make those under eyes disappear. When we are doing this dewy makeup is not to set your makeup, but if you not set your under eyes, and if you're above 35 as I am, you're definitely gonna have creases in your under eyes, and you're gonna emphasize every single line. So not to set your makeup is absolutely fine, but not to set your makeup in the under eye area, I think it's gonna be not flattering. So what we're gonna do, we're taking my famous Makeup by Mario setting powder. I pressed it a little bit already with a beauty blender, and I'm just gently setting with my hourglass brush. Hourglass brushes are those brushes that are really worth the investment because they last for years, and as many times as I wash them, there is no brushes coming out. And I always buy my Hourglass brushes at the airport when I'm flying, and I didn't even notice how I got the full collection. So basically every single time I pass by, I grab a brush. It sounds expensive, it's around 40 pounds for each brush, depends on the brush size and brush speciality, but like every single time I buy the brush, and I didn't notice how I got the full collection. And now I have every possible brush from Hourglass, which they are amazing as well. I set tiny bit, the tiniest bit between my brows and this bit because I get a little bit shiny there, but basically that's gonna be it. Nose, under eyes, that's it. We're not gonna give more powder anywhere else. This is basically leftovers what I have on the brush. In every single video you see me more and more using my Road Sprinkle. I love that color, but today I feel like I wanna maybe try something different, and that's something different gonna be from Westman Atelier. And Westman Atelier is a really good makeup brand, and everything they make, it just feels like so pro. It feels like you're wearing like a pro makeup. So this is like a baby cheeks blush stick in the color Petal. I think Heidi's color is a little bit warmer, and this one is a little bit colder undertone. So since I want today some change, let's do a Westman Atelier, and it has a magnet, so just like close it properly. I always put it on my hand. Many times as I like put it on my face, I always regret it because it looks patchy. So I first of all put it on my hand, and then just gently, you know, go on those apples of the cheeks. I do my nose, I do my forehead. We want to look like, you know, glowy, dewy, happy, like we eat well, we rest well. Fake it till you make it. Clearly the system that I'm applying right now, it's not working. So it gives you like, you know, like a very soft, gentle, blushy look. You need to know one thing about the creamy products, and I think this is, we're living in the times when the creamy products, like all these like blushes, sticks, are so popular, and I am very happy about it because finally women can enjoy the makeup truly without emphasizing the lines. Because back in the days when a very dry makeup was trendy, it was the easiest way to make your lines to show. So if you're using, and if you know how to use all these, like, you know, makeup sticks, you can create the beautiful, easy like makeup, and at the same time even kind of hide the lines and look so fresh with the makeup. It used to be opposite. You apply makeup, you look older, you look cakey, you look dry, the skin looks dry. Moving to the eyes. Today I want to be fun, and I decided to put my Cosmic shadow from Urban Decay. With this one you have to be nice and gentle because it's a very sparkly, glittery eyeshadow. But if you be very gentle and apply just a thin layer, it's gonna give you that lively look that you just look fresh. And sometimes I just put a little bit more in the corners of the eyes, and that gives you that fully awake look. If I like something, I start to use it for years and years and years, or like months and months and months. If I like something, I just keep applying the same product, you know. So it's like, I might look boring from the side, that it's always the same stuff, that I don't show you anything new, but this is me. And the bronzer will be from Hourglass, and that's gonna be just these two first colors, because this one I feel it's a little bit too dark, so maybe just a little touch. And I'm gonna just gently bronze tiny bit around the cheekbone and slightly around my forehead because it's tall. But I don't want to do, you know, overdo the bronzer, because the makeup is not set, so it can be very patchy if I will be not careful. So remember that we only did some setting powder in the center of the face So whatever you apply now can really, you know, just stick. Okay, a little bit around the nose. That's it. Let's don't go there, because there's a very thin line until you look, you know, dewy and beautiful, and you can look really too much. Kosas baked powder candy, as always, you know my jam. This is just only for the under eyes, and I'm gonna link this powder if you're new here and if you don't know. Like, if you're looking for a product that you want to really hide the dark circles and make your under eyes look bright, but at the same time any powders like do that or fit you because they're drying out your under eyes, this is the powder that is giving that look, and it's suitable for all the dry skin ladies. That's it. Not too much product, no more, no less, and we're done. I lost my favorite Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, and I need to order something ASAP because living without the brow gel, it's hard. So I will be only brushing my brows upwards. I have an idea, and I'm looking at the timer how much time I have if anything goes wrong and I need to fix it. Back in the days, I used to love eyeliner as crazy, and I used to wear it almost every single day with every single makeup. Now I feel like I lost the skill because I don't practice it every day, but I have this from Too Faced called Better Than Sex, and this is a liquid waterproof eyeliner that usually I'm capable of working with. So I'm feeling like I want to do the eyeliner today, but since it's a waterproof eyeliner, I have a second one. If anything goes wrong, it goes wrong, and you have to have time to fix it. Should we do this before work, or should we just leave it? Because I love how the eyeliner looks on my eyes. If you do just a little flick. Most important moment of my day. A sip of the coffee, and let's get into that. First, always test is the eyeliner going smoothly on your arm, and I usually start from where the lower lash line connects, and I kind of expand it, and then bringing it back. Okay, and then a little hit around here, around the lash line. Wow. Okay. A fucking pro. But don't get excited yet, because it is always easier to do one eye than other. And this is where the problem lays. Yeah, with the eyeliner you have to be extra careful, because a tiny little move and you can really mess up all the look, or you can create a completely different shape of the eye. I noticed that for me, like a tiny little flick looks the best, and as close to the lash line, it makes my eyes just to pop out more. So you see, my eyes just look instantly like lifted. Sorry, this whole bit, it just looks like it's somebody lifted that, and I really like that. When I wear the eyeliner, I can live with barely nothing on my lips, but it makes my eyes just like look, I don't know, with a mascara, it's gonna go all together. I'm not gonna film how I do other eye because it's gonna be like a really stressful situation, so I'm trying my best right now to do other eye. And when it comes to eyeliner, this is the thing that you have to learn yourself. You have to learn your eye shape, you have to learn your face. The only tip I can give you is that it's much easier to do first with a dry eyeliner. So you just buy the brush like that, and you take the eyeshadow, dark shadow, and you start to practice your eyeliner. Once you practice your eyeliner with a dry product, you can move to this masterpiece like a flick, because with this, if something goes wrong, it's very difficult to fix it. If you do it with a dry shadow, then it's much easier to blend out. So that's my tip. Not bad, not ideal. I feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, you know. When you get used to wear eyeliner every single day, you don't feel that way, but right now I just feel like I just did like a very like bright makeup for my work, so I gonna just apply mascara, a little bit of lip gloss, and it's probably where I'm gonna stop. Maybe tiny bit of a neutral nude lip pencil, just to kind of make all the look together. But I need to get used to back to my eyeliner game because it just feels weird now. We're gonna apply Rode Beauty pencil. It's called Lean, a very thick tip how to apply it. So it's not easy, you will have to blend it in the end, but I love this color. I don't see many makeup artists using this pencil, only the girls who, you know, on Instagram. And I kind of understand why, because this has zero precision. It's just like you apply it and you blend it. I think Rode is amazing and highly is amazing, but this product, it's not for everyone because it's not easy to create like a nice look, because you have to know how to work with this product around, because it looks messy. Other products from her brand I kind of love, not all of them, I didn't try all of them, but the pencils, I want them so bad to get them, and I wouldn't buy it again, because it's just, you apply it and then what are you doing? There is a other tip, like eraser, that you kind of blend it out. So I would rather do that with my finger, and it's just, you know, like that blushy lip look, that you don't look like you have anything on your lips, but you have something. Next time, guys, I'm gonna show you probably a soft eyeliner look that I do with the powder, because I think that one is more appropriate for a daytime. This one is a little bit even much for me. I think I just forgot how does it look like when I used to apply it. I feel like I still want to apply something on my cheeks, so we're gonna add some Ilia Breathless blush, and I'm gonna just a little bit emphasize these areas. I just feel like I want to. I just lack of color on my face, and that's gonna be my makeup for today before work. And this is what I usually do in the morning. I make myself a coffee, I sit, I watch something, I do makeup. It's really nice of you when you tell me what you like, when you text me that you watched my recent YouTube vlogs and you buy something with my recommendation and it was a game changer, or that you learned a tip that you start to implement in your daily life. Or if you even text me with the suggestions, what you would love to see, what you would love to see in the next video, what was helpful. And this is how I grow, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I have like zero ideas. There is weeks when I was like, what am I gonna show them? Because it's so everything. My life is boring. And for me, it sometimes seems like my life is boring and there is nothing to show. I started with a lot of vlogs when we were like traveling with the family. And this is not my daily life. This vlog will be probably the most realistic to my daily life. I just wake up in the morning, I do my routines, I get ready, I go to work, London, Lithuania, I go to sleep, I try to be as much as possible on my regime, on my productivity. But for the past few days, I had a really difficult menstrual cramps and I didn't really work out. I didn't do like everything that I promised with all my Pilates, stuff like that. But I'm trying to be quite transparent that you would understand that that is my life too. It's not like I'm in a machine, you know, doing everything what I said. It's not like that. So it's always very nice to have you here, and these coffee conversations with makeup, I feel the most myself when I do that. I think this is when my personality really comes down, but at the same time opens. So I'm gonna go get ready and probably I'm gonna move to work. And one thing about my cup, this is a funny story. One of my clients, Olga, that she used to be my follower when we lived in UK. We both lived nearby, and she found me on Instagram. I was already working in the beauty industry, so she found me on Instagram. We both Lithuanians, we both live in London, and at the time I was like running a lot in the parks. That was my only activity after work, and I was like posting how much I run. And she texted me later that she got inspired of running from me and she started to run. She lost a lot of weight and she became like honestly, in my eyes, she's a professional runner right now, and we are at that point that I would love to learn from her. So this is how we met. And then she gifted me this cup this year when she was visiting me, and it's just like, you know, the energy of the people. Like, it's funny that we have so many cups in our house. A lot of people gifted me cups. We have cups from my mother-in-law, we have from Hermes collection that I bought because I was obsessed of them. And if this cup is not around, I cannot enjoy my coffee. So this morning when I went on vibrational plate, I just put it into a washing machine, it's all washed, and then I had my coffee. So you see how energy matters. So thank you, Olga. You know, I know you're watching my vlogs and you tell me that you're watching them. And this is all about the energy, about the very special people you find in a world. And like, we didn't know each other, we didn't work at the same place, we didn't live at the same street, but she found me through Instagram. She got inspired of my story. Later on in life, I am inspired by her. Right now, every single time I need a running shoes, I need to ask something about a knee problem, whatever, I text her. So we bonded in the different stages of life. We help each other, and energy in the world, I think it's everything. So it was lovely chatting with you guys, and see you very soon in my next vlog. If you find this vlog boring, so I will tell you, this is life, and my life is not always exciting. So I hope that I will share those exciting moments with you when I have, but you still have to know me, like how my daily life is going, and usually it's like that. It's really lovely to have you here. Finish the coffee.